We would have thought that the child whose picture you see with our mother and father will someday grow up to be one of the most active, outstanding, dynamic, and performing female senator with a touch of a little wahala for those who wants to silence her voice. I'm talking of no other person but Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan. Listen to her detailed biography. Natasha Adiza Akpoti was born on Sunday, the 9th day of September 1979 at the Maternity Hospital, Ilorin, Kwara State, now University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital. She is the second of four children and the only daughter of a Nigerian father and a Ukrainian mother. Her mother, Ludmila Kravchenko, was born in Rakitna in the region of Chernivtsi in Ukraine, and her father, Dr. Jimo Abdul Akpoti, was born in Obeiba, Ihima, Kogi State. As at the time he was born, their part of Kogi State was still under Kwara. Natasha's parents met in the then Soviet Union, where her father was a foreign medical student. He was on scholarship at the Bolomolets Medical University in Ukraine. Natasha, as a child, spent most of her childhood days being educated in her native communities, Oke and neighboring Okene, Adavi and Ajaokuta towns. Her most fascinating moments were lessons of philanthropy and empathy for humanity that her father, who died on the 3rd day of November 1998, taught her practically by treating the poor for free, paying tuition fee for thousands of school children, supporting hundreds of local farmers and traders with their businesses, and so much more, too numerous to mention in this video. According to one of the revelations she made in her words, she said, "Father came home one day looking pale and faint after donating 2 pints of blood to patients who couldn't afford any. That moment defined my belief that helping the poor should hurt, and it formed my rhetoric rationale of becoming a social entrepreneur." She also recalled as a child in her early childhood days that she loved cheering the colorful masquerades, aka Eku, in her local Ebira dialects. She loathed being called Oyibo Pepe, that is the white one, by people of her community. She said, "I knew my mother had a complexion different from everyone around us. She was white. However, I didn't think I was any different from the children I played with barefoot in my village. But surely I hated being followed and teased Oyibo by the children whenever I expressed a different point of view." Till date, according to Natasha, she experiences social sensitivities towards her multiracial heritage. Now let's talk a little about her education and her career before she became a senator. For 6 years, Natasha attended Christ the King Nursery and Primary School, Okene, Kogi State, to attain her certificate of primary education. She was the social prefect and she was acknowledged in her testimonial to be very quiet, hardworking, and responsible. Her junior secondary education was at the Government Girls Unity Secondary School, Oboroke, Kogi State, where then she proceeded to Federal Government College, Idoani, Ondo State for her senior secondary schooling. Her exceptional academic and personal performances earned her the leadership position of being the head girl back then. Graduating in 1997, Natasha's secondary school leaving certificate and testimonials acknowledged her of being responsible, hardworking, and a diligent prefect. After finishing secondary school, just like every other child, Natasha was looking up to the future, and boom, barely 3 weeks after losing her father, Natasha gained admission into the University of Abuja to obtain a Bachelor of Laws. A week later, she got married at the tender age of 19 and had her first son, Daniel, months after. Maybe Natasha took the hard decision to get married at the age of 19 for one reason or the other to survive after losing her father. Who knows? She recalls her university years as those where she learnt that the fragility of innocence attracted mercilessly the world's monsters. In 2004, Natasha proceeded to the Nigerian law school, Buhari, Abuja, and was called to the Nigerian bar by the body of benchers on the 8th day of November 2005. In 2008, while employed as a legal counsel at Bras LNG, an international gas liquefaction company, Natasha participated in and completed resource development courses, International Gas Business Management Certificate Program offered by the prestigious International Human Resources Development Corporation in Boston, Massachusetts, United States of America. After this, her appetite for knowledge led her to acquire 2 professional certificates in energy sector, namely contract use in international petroleum development and monitoring and regulation of the upstream petroleum sector, exploration and production. Both programs were offered by the Center for Energy, Petroleum and Mineral Law and Policy, CEPMLP, Scotland, UK. Natasha also participated in a high-level workshop organized by the University of Aberdeen, centered on the bargaining zone, anchor points, and negotiating tactics. Preparation, first moves, and concessions, where Natasha scored the most accurate bargain during a delegate simulation. In 2012, she bagged a degree of Masters of Business Administration at the prestigious University of Dundee in Scotland, UK. Attaining a high merit, she excelled in vital modules such as strategic management and organizational analysis, leadership and decision-making, international arbitration, management in energy and natural resources industries, international petroleum law, and ultimately business strategy in the extractive industry, among others, which hugely aided in shaping Natasha's advocacy for the resuscitation of the Nigeria steel sector with focus of the revival of Ajaokuta complex in Kogi State, Nigeria. Her decision to become a social entrepreneur and reformer in 2015 was born out of innate passion to position Nigeria on the fore of industrialization and judiciously harness the vast natural and human resources, all in a bid to create employment and eradicate poverty in Nigeria. She knew most of her works would circulate amongst the neglected local communities. Hence, in 2016, she applied for the INSEAD Social Entrepreneurship Program in Singapore, where she acquired applicable knowledge on smart, innovative, sustainable solutions for tackling neglected problems at all levels of the society. As a person who understands the importance of innovating indigenous technology and building inclusive, resilient economies, Natasha's heart also rests with startups. This interest bettered a partnership between Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Small Medium Enterprise Development Agency, SMEDAN, of Nigeria, and Natasha's Builders Hub Impact Investment Program, BHIIP, to establish Nigeria's first integrated technology development and business growth hub, situated in the city of Uyo in the coastal oil-producing parts of Nigeria. Natasha Akpoti Udragan was officially declared the senator for Kogi Central after a court ruling overturned the initial results of the 2023 election. She ran under the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and became the first female senator from Kogi State. She married her present husband, Alema of Warri, Chief Emmanuel Uduaghan, on the 5th day of March 2022 in a ceremony which held at Ihima. Now, before I move to her numerous bills and achievements in the House of Senate after she became senator barely less than 2 years, let us talk about the little issue that she had with the Senate president. In February 2025, Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan accused Senate President Godswill Akpabio of sexual assault on Arise News. Following her allegations, the Senate Ethics Committee, headed by the Senate President, rejected her accusations, citing procedural rule violations and recommended her suspension, very unfortunately. On the 6th day of March 2025, she was suspended for 6 months, during which she would be barred from her office and have her allowances and security withdrawn. As a lady of the people, this sparkled a lot of reactions from Nigerians who stood up to speak against this vehemently. She also filed a lawsuit against the Senate president seeking 100 billion naira in damages. Now, to her achievements as a senator. When she completed 1 year in office, Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan, representing Kogi Central, marked her first year in office by distributing empowerment materials and launching several projects across her districts. In a press statement by her Chief Press Secretary, Aragbonle Israel, it was noted that her Senate colleague joined in that celebration. The event began with the commissioning of a 1-kilometer road network at Abdulaziz Memorial College in Okene. The Senate Minority Leader, Senator Abba Moru from Zone C in Benue State, was there to officiate the ceremony. For her legislative efforts, she has pushed for the revitalization of the Ajaokuta Steel Company and expansion of the National Iron Ore Mining Company's mandate to develop Kogi's natural resources. With bills such as the Gold Reserve Bill and a proposed federal medical center in Ihima, she aims to transform Kogi State's industrial landscape and create job opportunities. Do you know that even before Natasha Akpoti became a senator, she became popular? How? She came to limelight when she presented an investigative report to the National Assembly on the 1st day of March 2018 that exposed corruption at the Ajaokuta Steel Mill. The report was opposed by the Ministry of Mines and Steel Development, accusing Akpoti of misinformation. Another group also alleged that she is sponsoring a campaign. However, after a legal hearing by the High Court sitting in Abuja, the authority newspaper, Ifeanyi Uba and Williams Oji were ordered to pay 10 million naira to Natasha Akpoti for libelous publications against her. Immediately she got to office as a senator, she started by reinvigorating her age-long advocacy for the resuscitation of Ajaokuta Steel Complex to recalibrate the vision and mission of the complex in industrializing Nigeria. Now, using the legislative platform, a flurry of activities ensued, seeking to ascertain the state and challenges of the complex. She also sponsored the Gold Reserve Bill and the Federal Medical Center Ihima Establishment Bill. The Gold Reserve Bill introduces novelty in the management of gold resources and banking reserves. The Federal Medical Center Ihima Establishment Bill caters to the welfare and health needs and employment opportunities of our people. She equally attracted employment opportunities for graduates and beneficiaries from her district to gain employment in the federal establishments. She was also able to address essential community needs such as access to clean water with 12 massive 50,000 liter solar powered motorized water systems reticulated to 300 locations, thereby providing 1,800 fetching taps. Also, electricity projects were carried out and are still being executed all over our senatorial districts, such as lightening 30 kilometers of road networks across Kogi Central, making our communities more productive and safer, according to her. She also constructed a police station, rehabilitated primary healthcare center, and a number of public schools. The construction of a brand new model primary and secondary school, Osara, is ongoing, as well as the facilitation of a Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics at the Federal College of Education, Okene, and an automotive mechatronics and cottage automobile workshop in the Technical College, Uburoke. She also deployed 5,000 digital learning devices to public primary and secondary schools across Kogi Central. Furthermore, the Natasha Akpoti Udragan Foundation, NAUF, has supported the tuition of over 353 indigents and vulnerable students from our district in tertiary institutions nationwide. She also empowered over 1,300 artisans comprising women and youths with tools, equipment, sand, cash, grants for their businesses. Natasha Akpoti has ever accused Reno of mockery of sexual assault, which ended up not in her favor. Reno Mockery said a lot, and her brother came out to condemn this. Thanks for watching this biography. Please, if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, do so. And if you are commenting, do so respectfully. You never can know who is at the other end reading your comments. Someday you may meet them and they may be the help that you need to climb the next ladder in life.